Guys, this is your reminder that you really have to just let people be wrong about you. You know, I just noticed somebody from when I used to live in Maine, somebody that I used to be friends with, that followed me, and I just dropped everybody, right? And it's also because when you notice how somebody talks about all of their friends, right? What makes you think that they're not talking about you that same way? What really stood out to me was somebody else, another friend that we had. Last year, a little over a year ago, I was on Taylor's podcast. The first time I was on a live, and it was on Instagram, so that's everybody from when I lived in Maine, everybody from Connecticut that I went to high school with. And this person that was my friend from Maine hopped on the live and said that I was lying. So I was like, what am I lying about? Like, please, in front of all these people watching, tell me. Because I was genuinely perplexed. And then she just got super cryptic and was like, you know. And it's like, no, that's why I'm asking. And that was just so evident that this person was also falsely informed, probably by my sister, you know what I mean? Or possibly could have received compensation. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just throwing out what's in my face. Again, never underestimate what other people are willing to do just because you are not. People want to believe untrue things about you because it's a distraction, again, from their own life. But just finding out the details of people that are just, stemming back from sororities in secret societies. And I'm gonna get into it too, but I really want to tell this story. This was from 2020. So this was literally while I was being shrugged and SAed, right, by my ex. My street addy abuse was so amped up, you guys. It was, I don't even mean to laugh. It was working third shift, second shift, sometimes would have to work first shift. Literally, there were a couple times where I worked 24 hours, didn't make any fucking sense. I was working 85 hours a week, genuinely thought I was thriving because I was pushing myself, but it's taking so much of the street ads, coming home, needing to smoke and drink, to be able to fall asleep, to wake up for my next shift and just start that cycle all over again. And we had an end of the year party at my waitressing job. And for the first time in my life, I completely blacked out, freaked out, but nobody knows the rituals that were being done behind my back. You know what I mean? And at that time I wasn't vocal about it, but I want to share just a lot more stories from that time. But I genuinely felt like I had a dark energy, like a demonic attachment. The way that I would look in the mirror and half of my face just looked weird to me, and I couldn't figure out why. And there's just so many details, right? But that never really sat right with me with how that all ended, because again, at this waitressing job, we all hung out together, partied together, and everybody had their moment, right, of just blackout, freak out. And one person in particular, because nobody knew it, but I was so sad at this time, because when you can feel the deception, right, you don't know how to explain it. I was already being shrugged and SAed, didn't know it, just abusing substances and just literally trying to escape reality while try to survive, thrive, push myself. And it was just all these things. It was just too much, and nobody knew what was really going on. And at this party that we had, an end of the year party, I'll make another video to get into the details, but basically I just wanted to drink in my car alone. And somebody else that I thought was my friend came and found me, and she knew the details of my life. She knew the details of my childhood, right? So she found me drinking alone, and I had passed out in my car. And she woke me up by calling me by my mom's name. She didn't tell anybody else that, right? And then I just remember like hearing that, and then I passed back out, and everybody got pissed because obviously they thought they had to call an ambulance. When they finally woke up, I freaked out. They said that I was like violent, like I've never been that way, you know? And it was literally like the same demon that was in my mom had finally gotten in my physical form. And a lot of people never talked to me again after that. And I don't blame anybody. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I don't expect anybody to even be able to fathom the details of what was going on. But there are people specifically who had those moments like I had, right? Like aggressive, drunk behavior, and who have gotten shunned for it themselves. It was the way they wanted to shun. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't even see how they were like projecting as well. And I don't know. So I don't know the details of that, but like, again, going back to that one friend that jumped in the live and saying that I was lying, and it's like I'm not. Again, if anybody has anything that they want to tell me, go right ahead.